Blood Brothers podcast, a Five Pillars production.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers, sisters, friends, and the foes out there, and welcome to another episode of the Blood Brothers podcast with your host, Dilly Hussain, and my co-host,
Aki Hussain. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Now, before I introduce our very special, intimate, personal guests today, I want to remind all the avid podcast listeners that you can find this show on all the audio platforms from Apple to Google to Spotify and everywhere else. And of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to the Five Pillars YouTube channel. Now, today's guests are perhaps some of the most important men in our lives. Yeah? Zui, you want to explain why they're the most important, or some of the most important men in our lives?
Definitely. I think it might be, people might be thinking it's quite unusual to be referring to your barbers as some of the most important men in your life. But let's put it into context, people. Me and Dilly on the way to the barbers today, we were calculating how long we've been coming to Nadeem's exactly to get haircuts and our beard trimmed, etc. And how many years is it roughly, Baya?
I think, so the earliest recollection I have, I actually wrote about it in Bedford on Sunday in my Ramadan diary.
So that alone is a long time
ago. That was 2010.
Okay.
So Nadeem Qayum, his brother Javed Qayum, and they've even got the little brother here, Mubashir. Nadeem and Javed have been cutting our hair at least 14 years.
Nadeem, when did you open the 2006? So okay, so I definitely remember getting my haircut here when I was at Bidnam.
Okay.
So we're talking year 11,
16 years.
There you go.
For half our lives.
Yeah. So that's 2000.
Javed, Nadeem, welcome to our show. It's good to have you on, and let's get today started, inshallah. Before we start, you know, we have people from around the world that are not from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Yeah. And we know that in our countries, when you go to a barber, they have a certain tariqah of doing like head massage or something like this. You guys don't do it, of course. Yeah. Can you show us what it's like a little bit? So brothers and sisters, when you go to India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, this is very common. It doesn't matter if it's your local bazaar barber or a salon in a top-notch hotel parlor or beauty parlor. There's always going to be a level of head massage. Obviously, Nadeem is being very generous to me. There's some places you get practically battered, and people like it. Alhamdulillah. And they do even a bit of hair pulling, don't they, Nadeem? Yeah. Okay, do us a bit of hair pulling. They do. Yeah, they do a bit of hair pulling. So obviously, we don't do that here. But back home in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, there's a lot of this happening. But today, Nadeem, can I please have my usual, which is 0.5. Here, you're just cutting this much. Shape up, shave, keep in the much, trim the beard.
Javed bhai, can I get grade 0, machine only, skin fade, medium height, and grade 5 on top. Just straight hairline, but try to keep the hairline as low as possible, please. Because
your haircut sounds long, bro.
Because I'm getting to that stage in my life. And beard length is fine. Everything is fine. Just on the side here, grade 1. Grade 1, please. But keep all of this length, inshallah. Yeah? Yes, please.
And obviously, brothers and sisters and friends, if you're listening to us on the audio platforms, we apologize in advance. There is going to be a lot of the clippers making noises, but it's just part and parcel of life. This is a special episode, and I guess you just have to be patient with us.
And if you want to enjoy and have the full experience as we are, then come over to YouTube, where it's not going to be as much of a nuisance, but hopefully you'll get by.
Zui, should we get the very, very important question out of the way?
Yeah, fire away.
Who's your favourite out of Nadeem and Javed?
What are you asking me?
Who's your favourite out of Nadeem and Javed? Who cuts your hair better?
This was not planned, huh? Huh? You never told me you're going to ask me this.
Say it. Look, there's only us.
Okay, that's fine. Look, that's fine. No, I'll answer the question. Okay. No problem. But I can't give you a simple answer, yeah?
No, I want the straight answer.
Okay. Straight answer is Javed.
Oi.
But here's the reason. There's reason. There's reason. Reason is because Javed cuts my hair the most. He cuts my hair the most, yeah? Especially in the last, I'd say, 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah? And the reason why it's Javed is because I realized that they're both brothers, they're both running things.
Yeah.
And I've seen them cut hair, and they both cut hair sick. So I was very comfortable with sitting down and having my hair cut from either brothers.
Yeah, that sounds like a U-turn answer
No,
to me.
no. U-turn is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what and then it became normal. And then Javed started giving me really, really good haircuts, and I became comfortable with that. However, I must say, some of the very, very good and best haircuts I can remember, Nadeem also gave me as well. But Javed, if you put a gun to my head, if you put a cutthroat to my neck,
Yeah.
I would choose Javed.
Then I think it's actually appropriate. This is actually appropriate that between the two, Nadeem is my favorite. But I'll say one thing about Javed, and Nadeem, please listen. Javed understands my beard and my much better than you.
Yeah.
You understand my head. He understands my much and my beard. Because you know I have that long problem where I don't have hair growing here much.
Yeah.
Javed sometimes he gets carried away here. You understand it. Whereas with much and beard, Javed. Yeah, but
There you go, dream team. There's the answer is dream team,
well,
innit?
there you go. My Nadeem's cutting mines and Javed's cutting yours.
There you go.
Nadeem, let me ask you something. You and Javed have been doing business for a very long time, right? And one of the reasons we wanted to do today's podcast is obviously the show is called Blood Brothers. And here you've done a business with your blood brother, your Sakka brother. You've even got the little brother here as well, who's running another business for you. How do you deal with disagreements?
At this time, it's very hard to do like a brother business. So, but I think it's good if we do like a family business with the brothers because you know your brother very well.
Okay.
So sometimes we do partnership with the friends. So it's more run for a long time. But with the brothers, we understand each other. So sometimes he says something.
You have a bit. Okay.
I stop, so I go patient. So
Okay. Because you're brothers.
because my brother. So, but if somebody else, I go partnership with somebody else.
Who's a friend.
Yeah, with a friend. So it's hard. So that's why we go like a.
So-
we
so-
run for a long time.
So basically you're saying because you are brothers, Sakeh brothers, and by the way, Sakeh for those who speak
Javed,
Pari
leave
or,
my hairline.
or that lingo means
Leave my hairline.
actual brothers.
Almost exactly. how
You're
it
saying
is.
it's easier.
Yeah.
It's easier to do
As-
business
as
with
low as
brothers
possible.
than to do with friends.
Yeah.
That's all.
Javed, as the older brother, how many times have you told Nadeem off, or have you given him,
Advice.
advice?
Big brother advice.
Big brother advice. Lots of time.
Always.
All your life. Okay. Does he always listen?
Yes.
That's good, alhamdulillah.
I always listen to him. Whenever he says something, I say, okay, that's fine. I never say no to him. And he's always saying, whenever I give him advice, so I say, okay, that's fine. So
Alhamdulillah.
we know each other very well. So we spend more time together, so we know each other very well.
And is this the same when you both advise Mubashir as well?
Yes,
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes he listens, sometimes he don't listen.
Okay.
Yeah, younger brothers do
Different.
that. Nadeem, you and Javed, where are you from back home?
Pakistan, Punjab.
Okay.
Jhelum, our city name is Jhelum.
Jhelum. So you're not actually from AJK?
And
Okay.
my mom and dad, they're from AJK.
Okay.
So, but we born in
You
Punjab.
you're born in Jhelum. Acha, theek. Zubi, Ramadan around the corner, bro.
I know. What is it? It's going to be on the potentially in the weekend?
Yeah, so we're looking at first, second, or third. And you know what? One of the sickest conversations you'll find at Nadeem's always are moon wars. Innit, Nadeem?
yeah.
Bengalis and Pakistanis always talk about Eid and Ramadan here. I'll have to sit there, listen to it sometimes. This, these like this, all the time. Both ways.
Has it calmed down now though?
No?
No, it's still
Still.
Of course it will be.
The moon wars are still here. But obviously, man have been training hard for the last 5 weeks, Zubi. I'm just wondering how Ramadan's going to affect our training.
Yeah. No, and to be fair, we started training at a time where we knew Ramadan was around the corner. What's our plans for Ramadan? What are your plans?
I mean, I'm not so concerned about the food per se. I'm more concerned about keeping up with boxing.
Well, yeah. So you've been boxing, and your sessions are 6 to 8.
Yes, which
If
is
Iftar is going to be slap bang in the towards like the middle end of that,
middle so
which means you would have done a hell of work before you could even break your fast. What are you thinking?
I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna speak to Coach Carl, but I can't see me doing them boxing circuit drills, bro, for an hour and a half whilst fasting. It's gonna be hard. By the way, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see how it goes.
When you say you're gonna try, what are you gonna try? Date what first? What Monday?
Yeah,
the first Monday.
Yeah, the first Monday back, because I think that'll help me get back into shape. I mean, it'll just help me mentally. I think it'll help with condition. It'll help me shred. But at the same time, I don't want to obviously put any kind of adverse or detriment to my health.
Here's a quick question. We spoke about this briefly yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you been feeling with this balance of kind of like boxing circuits and like resistance and strength training? How you been feeling the change to your body? Because we're used to, you know, lifting heavy, pushing heavy, seeing gains. It's a bit of a different approach now, isn't it?
Obviously, having Khalid on board and literally having him a phone call away, such a blessing from Allah. We get to have someone like Khalid on our side as our brother and as our advisor and mentor. And obviously for the project, the exclusive special project, which I've not publicized yet. I'm on his Carb It Right, a fantastic ebook. For £30, you can't go wrong. You
really can't.
You can't. You literally can't. I mean, it's like Khalid speaking to you in text message WhatsApp form.
Is it right if I just give my 2 pence worth on this?
Of course you can.
Subject,
Go for it, bro.
Like we've flirted with different type of diet regimes. One of them being, you know, high protein or keto modified diet, and the other one being a more traditional keto. Yeah, and they give results. Don't get me wrong, but if you want to know something which is kind of like hand delivered, bespoke, all the hard work done for you, and complements the workout really well, then I really can't recommend anything more than Wallahi Carb It Right and Khalid Ismail's strength training sessions.
Well, I mean, let's just put it into context. Yeah, we spoke to Khalid 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and we said we're on keto. I said to him, I've lost 8.4 kgs in 17 days. Khalid wasn't entirely impressed. He goes, that's not. If you're looking to go gym and you're training and you want some power, he goes, that's not the way forward. Because you can still lose weight or maintain your weight whilst carbing it right.
That's right.
And listen to me.
It's not sustainable.
Bro, I was 86.1 kg on the day I spoke to Khalid. I'm still 86.1 kg and I don't know I've built muscle since and I've shredded fat since.
And you're looking trimmer as well.
And same applies to you. We've been following the same regime. So as it stands, we're doing Carb It Right. Khalid's Carb It Right. We're doing his Athlete 8, which is strength shortcut. It's an 8-week MMA professional regime, which is supposed to supplement the primary sport. So the primary sport for me here would be obviously boxing, and his training is obviously helping me a lot. How have you found his circuit drills, bruv?
Absolutely exhausting,
isn't it? It was a massive.
The thing is, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it. You have some experience of it.
Yeah.
So that first day that we did that drill, let me tell you something. After round 1, after round 1, and you said to me, yeah, another 6 to go, mate. Yeah. But alhamdulillah, it does get easier. Well, it gets marginally easier, but it's hard work, and and it just made me respect all those elite athletes out there that 100%. Do this, blindfolded, really.
100%. I think we're just gonna have to improvise, innit? I'm gonna have to improvise and just see what Ramadan brings. But I don't think I'm gonna be stopping boxing. I don't think I'm going to be stopping the circuit drills. I don't think I'm going to be stopping Carb It Right. And I don't think I'm going to stop any of that. I'm just going to have to kind of improvise and make it fit around whatever we're doing.
Yeah,
right?
It's going to have to modify because it's a very unique regime that Muslims have during Ramadan.
Nadeem, Ramadan's around the corner. Very busy. Long shifts. Obviously, we've just finishing summer rosé.
Yeah.
Because summer rosé was, 9. You're here at 9. You're leaving at 7. You and Javed are doing 70 hours a week, 6-7 days. We're not even going into the day before Eid. How do you manage those long shifts?
In Ramadan, we change the timing, but we open same time in the morning, like 9 o'clock. But always in the evening we close every just before Asr we close the shop.
Okay.
So we go to Asr and
finish up.
Yeah,
but that's still not much.
but
That's what, 1 hour?
yeah, 1 hour early we close.
Graft.
That's a graft.
Yeah.
And then you're having to smell all the Muslim smelly breath as well.
As well, you know what I mean? The smell of the fasting who Allah
Alhamdulillah.
loves, alhamdulillah, you have to smell it. Nadeem and Javed, question to you as well. You spend so much time with your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah? 60, 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
Was there a time where you lived with each other when you first came to England?
Yeah.
So you had worked with each other and you lived with each other.
Yeah.
That's something which many modern brothers can't do.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
Easy Monarchy brothers can't do that. They'll struggle hard. How do you manage spending so much time with your brother? Because I spend a lot of time with Aki, but even sometimes I need a break from Aki. How do you manage?
You know, we all life we live together.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do business together. We used to live together in one house. We all family. So, the business point of view, we don't involve business in house.
Okay.
Yeah, so all the business talk we just talk here or outside the shop, but no talk at the home.
Okay.
So that's why it's good to continue for a long time relation.
Nadeem, is it easy to do that? To switch off?
How can you? Is it easy to
Is
switch
it
off?
easy?
Yeah, it's the best way. If you discuss the business like a shop things at home, so it's like it's difficult. So if you share with your like a wife, with your like mom and dad, he said this, you say that. So I don't think so. It's worked for a long time.
Do you know that's such a beautiful thing? Shall I tell you why? When we trade cars, and sometimes Aki is lazy, sometimes I got complain to my dad.
Yeah, but we never do.
Okay. Well, I've learned something from you today. Javed, let me ask you something. Yeah. Talking business at home, because Nadeem Barbers is obviously the main business, and you've got other business. What are other businesses?
I have dessert shops
Yeah.
and
Doshi, and have you dabbled in trading cars as well, or was that Mubashir? Is Mubashir still trading cars?
Yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So
Fantastic.
considering
nice.
considering such a heavy part of your life is business, Javed, sometimes as an older brother, do you again have to stamp your authority as older brother? Meaning your ijazat as an older brother, your haq as an older brother, do you sometimes have to tell Nadeem and Mubashir, listen, just calm down, this is home, this is family?
Yeah.
Do you have to do that sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Always. No one time. We always listen to him because he's our elder brother. So
Okay.
Nadeem, Javed, what is the age difference between all three brothers?
Javed 4 years older than me,
Okay.
and he is 4 years younger than me.
Okay, it's 4 year gap between.
Yeah, 4 years. Yeah.
Okay. So that's very interesting because the age gap between Javed and Mubashir is same as me and Bai.
Yeah. 8 years, yeah?
And we've got 3 years between us, innit? 3.5 years.
No, it's less than that, isn't it?
No. I'm May.
Okay, yeah,
88,
yeah,
You're
yeah.
January. Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5.
Nadeem, how old are you?
I'm 33.
33. So that makes Javed 37
Yes,
and Mubashir 29.
yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Zui,
Young.
Ramadan coming. Another topic of discussion.
Yeah.
Where does our zakat go? Now, I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm not saying that there aren't zakat applicable charities and causes in the UK.
Yeah.
There are, yeah? I mean, if someone wanted to give zakah in the UK, I always recommend them to the particular Muslim prisoner campaign work of Cage.
Yeah.
You got Hugs helping the families of those who have been incarcerated by the British authorities.
Yeah.
And those sisters and parents who have been left with their assets frozen. Then you've had, then we have IERA, you have Sapiens, the Dawah you can support. But in terms of actually giving zakat, bruv, yeah? But I'm still of the position that it belongs back home, bro. Or belongs in the Muslim world.
And I think the main reason for that is probably because we have, as Muslims, we have an image in our head of the people that are most needy for money, that are most needy for support, for food, for clothes, and for these things.
Okay.
And we know that we know that the difficult situation that Muslims and people can find themselves in the UK will still starkly be quite different to what Muslims are going to be suffering in our home nations, isn't it? And that's why we have connections to Bangladesh, to Pakistan, to Kashmir, to Palestine, to Syria, to Yemen, and all the other countries that I've not mentioned. So if you ask me, where do I gravitate towards? I do gravitate towards giving it to Muslims abroad.
I think also, bro. I mean, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. I'm not saying that there aren't Muslims in the UK who aren't zakat eligible.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing that for a moment. I guess what I'm saying is that the access to relief through the state is significantly more better here than to the Muslim majority world, where it's practically non-existent. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So,
And I think the institutes that exist and organisations that exist here, grassroots in the UK, have more access to those less fortunate and struggling Muslims, as opposed to the scale of the destitution in our countries around the world. It requires a much bigger effort, to the point where we have charities that are exclusively dedicating. In fact, the majority are exclusively dedicated to supporting Muslims struggling around the world. So that's where you will find, I imagine, you will know better, where most of zakah must go. It must go overseas.
yeah, of course, to the Muslim world, 100%. But I just feel that there has been this push over the last 2-3 years, not 4 or 5 years, whereby some charities, I mean, I don't want to mention any by name, that say that, your zakah belongs here. And I'm not even disputing the fact that, sorry, Nadeem. Yeah, I'm not even disputing the fact that, zakat doesn't belong in your locality. I accept that zakat belongs in your locality, but the locality is different now.
Perfect.
We have a Muslim majority world that is in poverty, in war, in famine, and then we're living here as minority, so your locality has changed. So I'm not even disputing that as a legitimate opinion. I just still feel that the zakah and still belongs in the Muslim country. Nadeem, quick question. Do you send money to Pakistan?
Yeah, always.
Yeah? And is that something you've done all the time?
Yeah, every month we do send like a sadaqah for the orphans.
Javed, do you have rishtadar who are poor,
Yes, they are.
who aren't rich, they're poor?
Yeah,
And do you guys help them out?
yeah, always. Yes.
So we do the same.
Because they go first right.
First
So
one.
first right,
Easy,
so
Nadeem.
that's why,
Alhamdulillah.
so we
Alhamdulillah.
send money to them.
Why do you think people, because there is Bangladeshis, Pakistan, I can't speak for Gujaratis, maybe Muslim, I don't know, you can throw something in from the background, but it is a trend that's stopping. More and more people have stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Now your mom or your dad have to ask you, oh, hey, listen, we need to send some, okay, what's there back home?
Yeah.
Why do you think that's stopping? Or like it's becoming less now?
I think mostly like a young boys.
Young, yeah,
they,
young.
They don't go much back home.
Oh.
So that's why they don't know how people live there, how poor they are. So that's why I think people like young boys, they don't know
They don't have that
about
connection.
the back home. Yeah. So if they go regular back home, they can see. So then they can send like money regular.
They'll know, but they'll, when Priti Patel kicks them out and they have to go back and then
they
they'll
know.
realize. They'll realize. Yeah, I mean, brothers and sisters, if you want to give money in the UK, by all means give your sadaqah. We give sadaqah all the time, we help our mosques, we help various charitable causes. I just think zakat is such an important thing that you don't want to risk getting that wrong, Zuri.
Of course. Of course you don't, because
We forget Abu Bakr waged war. He didn't differentiate between salah and zakat. So now to be risking that, to perhaps giving it to a recipient who's not eligible, or to giving it to not a cause, but a recipient. Because remember, zakat causes, it's a recipient, isn't it, Zui?
that's right.
You have to make sure that it's the right
You
recipient.
have to make the decision that is the safest, that avoids the most possible kind of like grey areas or doubts. And zakat is one of those things, because it's one of the pillars of Islam, and it's a fard upon you as an individual, and there's conditions for it. There's conditions for it. Unlike sadaqah, there's conditions for who receives zakah. So and the reason why I mention zakah is because a lot of people make their zakah cycle in Ramadan to maximize the ajr.
In the last 10 days.
Exactly. So this is why we're speaking about zakah kind of like in tandem with Ramadan. Leave comments, guys. In brothers and sisters, do you do that? Do you make your zakah annual cycle in Ramadan as well for those reasons, to maximize an ajr? From what I know, I know our family does.
Last 10 days usually, isn't it?
That's right. That's right. And we stagger our sadaqah in the last 10 days as well.
Mohsin, good question. Just bringing you in here. I mean, you can shout however you think the audio is going to work. Do Gujarat, you still send money back home?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever been asked by your family members to send money back home to perhaps poorer relatives to help development in your local village or something?
We have like a pot. We just put money in it, and we know that it's going to go at the right times when it gets to a certain amount.
Okay.
We usually goes to our local villages.
Okay. Alhamdulillah.
Where the people are poor, and then they get the money.
Yeah, I think this link is such an important thing. I don't think we should abandon it. And I think the entities and the echelons of power who want to disconnect us to the wider ummah would actually find this a favourable thing for us to stop it. What do you think, Zui?
Definitely. They want to sever that umbilical cord, isn't it? To our home nations, to the
Muslim world.
To the Muslim world, our connection to that part of our identity. Javed's just dealing with my beard, so I can't chat too much right now.
That's fine. Nadeem,
Javed, you take your time, podcast.
Nadeem, have you heard about this new film that's come out called The Kashmir Files?
No.
So basically, there's this new movie that's come out. It's made by Hindutva in India.
Okay.
It's called The Kashmir Files. Basically, 100% lies about Brahmin Hindu Pandits from Kashmir who got, or some things that happened,
Yeah.
and basically a complete lie about the Kashmiri narrative.
Okay.
Hundreds of millions of Indians are watching it and they're going crazy. And it's sad because there's no one there to correct them saying this is wrong history. You have Indian customers.
Yeah.
I know you have.
Yeah.
I come here. You have Hindu and Sikh customers,
Yeah, well,
and you have Geo or ARI playing.
Yeah.
Has there ever been situations where there's like something happening in news about India and there's some gala happening here about India, Pakistan? Has it ever become any debates here, or things are okay?
No, not many times. No.
So with your Indian customers, siyasat stays out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want Nadeem. They don't want Nadeem to shave their hair off. That's why mid conversation.
But especially the Indian people, they don't involve in politics.
I've noticed it. In Bedford they don't.
Yeah, but like more Pakistani and Bengali people, they
They
talk
do.
more about politics.
I think that's also because we would be the majority here. I
Yeah.
think, and I found that also. My Sikh Hindu friends here in Bedford, they don't follow Indian politics.
Yeah. That's-
Well, most of my Sikh friends don't like Modi anyway.
Yeah, of
so.
course. Yeah.
Nadeem, Javed, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What is the secret to your success as a barbers that has been operating in the heart of Queen's Park for years and years and years?
16 years.
You know,
We've seen many come and many go.
this is the main thing. This is our mom and dad.
Listen to this one.
Yeah.
Many have come and gone here,
Yeah.
but you've come here
Yeah.
and you've stayed here for 16 years,
Yeah.
right? So, what's the formula?
Yeah. This is because this is dua of our mom and dad.
Alhamdulillah.
Because we always, when we finish work, we go home and we straight first, whenever I finish the work, wherever I go, sometimes I finish work, I go London or somewhere for eat with friends, but especially I go to see my mom and dad first. They give me dua, then I'll go. So always they give us dua. So this is the sadaqah of my mom and dad's duas.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a big lesson, people.
Yeah.
That's a
You
huge
listen to that. You don't often hear successful businessmen and women say things like that. That's big. That's a big thing to remember.
That's massive. How did COVID affect the business? 2 years COVID.
Yeah, 2 years. We closed for like more than 1 year.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah.
Survived, yeah.
Yeah, we survived. Yeah.
Yeah, people don't need to know how they survived. They survived, yeah, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never complain.
Never
Alhamdulillah.
Nadeem, another quick question.
Yeah.
We see many bande here you've trained.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've even got one brother here.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you. Your best apprentice was Sanjeev.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think, Zui?
Yeah, Sandeep. Yeah.
Sandeep, that's
yeah,
it, Sandeep.
Sandeep, yeah.
Sandeep, I think he was the only guy that I let cut my hair and give me shave, and he did it as closest to you guys. He
Yeah.
was such a lovely guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
He
was good.
was. He was really good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And
good.
may Allah guide him to some, I mean. But other than that,
Yeah.
but they have come and gone.
Come and go.
So why?
Yeah. they think this is like easy, so they can learn in like 1 or 2 months and they can open their own shop.
Yeah.
So they say this is easy. When they come and they try it, it looks easy. When they're sitting back or standing back, they can say it's easy. When they're holding the machine, they start shaking. So it takes time to learn. At least like this is skill, so it takes like 2-3 years. I'm still learning. It's been like 18 years I'm working. I'm still learning. Yeah, so
I'm telling you and Javed this today, yeah?
yeah.
There are other barbers we've tried, yeah? And it can be argued, that we come to Nadeem and Javed for 8, 9 out of 10 times, but for some special times, we will go to somewhere else. I'm telling you now, even for special occasions, we've come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
And I think that whether they're Italian barbers or Kurdish barbers, we have many barbers, English barbers here. I don't know of any that have been around in the same location for this long.
Nah.
Yeah.
No
This
chance.
is-
And if they have, the shop might have, but the barbers haven't.
Yeah, the shop might have, but the barbers haven't.
Yeah.
So there's obviously a formula that's right.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
This one is fine, yeah. Or
Perfect.
anything change?
No, that's fine. Just on this side, just
bit more
fade it
faded.
a little bit more.
When you go home, Nadeem Javed, what's the main food? Is it still tape and salan and that kind of stuff, yeah? Roti?
It's like a mixed, like a
Or have you introduced some English into it now as well?
yeah.
Acha, theek hai.
We have like children, so they're like a
Lasagna, shepherd's
lasagna,
pie, chips,
pasta,
fish and chips.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So
But yourselves, is it still roti and salan?
yeah.
Of course.
I like to eat roti.
That's it.
Nadeem, what is your favorite curry? What is your favorite salan?
Lamb kadai.
Lamb curry.
Javed, what's yours?
what's your favorite salan?
Yeah, I was the same with them.
Lamb, yeah.
Of course, it's all about lamb.
The prophets know about lamb. But yours is what is it? Is it lamb and khablistan? Yeah, lamb and chickpeas.
It's lamb, but it's become beef since what's been happening in India, so.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So. Yeah, they've made me love beef, innit? So I don't care, man. Don't care. Other than that, I'm good. But yeah, it's lamb.
How much barn have you been having lately, Baya?
A lot. There's been an increase.
Has there?
There's been an increase because of.
Is it because you've got it on tap next to you?
There's that. Then obviously there's the reason which I'm going to disclose in the project I'm doing with Khalid. Why?
Mm-hmm.
As to a huge life change that I've implemented around 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's one of the most biggest changes I've made in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the same applies to you,
Yeah.
but more so me because of duration, I guess.
Absolutely.
That thing that we're talking about, how long was it for you?
15 years.
Yeah, so with me, you're talking. Wow. 18 years.
15 years. Sometimes I feel like I'm 18 anyway.
Yeah, slip line, yeah. 18 years.
Lovely. You can go mum and dad's later.
Yeah, I'm going to pass through.
For the viewers, if you want, our parents are just a stone's throw away from the
Oh,
pub.
we lost Nadeem. Nadeem, how far does my dad live?
Just 2 minutes walk.
And where's our masjid?
In,
1 minute walk.
1 minute.
Just here.
That's
10 steps.
Next to your dad's
Yeah,
house.
that's everything. Everything's close. And brothers and sisters, if you ever come, well, not sisters, brothers, sorry. Brothers, friends, if you guys
Sisters,
ever
if you ever bring your younger brothers
yeah,
here,
if you sisters, you want to bring your sons, your husbands, and you come to Bedford or you're in Milton Keynes or Northampton or Luton and you're shopping or something, you want a haircut, come to Nadeem Barbers, inshallah.
Thank you.
How old were you when you came here in England?
No, it's fine.
10 years old. So Javed was 14.
which is fine.
Javed, do you miss Pakistan?
Yes, always.
As in like living in Pakistan?
Yeah.
Yeah?
All in Pakistan. I like the Pakistan. Yeah, always.
And how many times you go a year?
No, sometimes one time and sometimes 2 years time.
And when
I'm
you
in the business.
and when you don't go for a long time, do you miss it?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Did you both get married in Pakistan?
Yes.
Okay. As in our sister-in-laws are they from Pakistan?
Yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Yes, perfect.
Brothers and sisters, as the podcast is coming to a close, I hope you all enjoyed this somewhat unorthodox. I certainly think first of its kind in the Muslim podcast scene, where me and Aki have brought you guys into something very intimate and personal to us, and that's our barbers. If you consider that I'm 33, coming on 34, and Nadeem's been cutting my hair for 16 years, yeah?
Perfect.
That's a very long time to know someone, right? And before them man being our barbers, them man are our brothers, and they know that as well. I come here, we talk about siyasa, sometimes we've spoken about family things, and you know what? We don't just let anyone and everyone come onto our show or introduce them in this way.
Mm-hmm.
This is obviously a respect and maqam they have with us, alhamdulillah.
Thank you.
Just level it up, please, Nadeem.
Blood brothers recognize blood brothers.
100%. But it's true, blood brothers acknowledge blood brothers. And I think
Me and Dilly talk about this a lot. You know, family relations, closeness, closeness in relationship with your siblings, with your brothers. This is something that is unique. You take it for granted, you know. If you have a strong bond with your brothers, in your family, with your siblings, sometimes you assume everyone has this.
not everyone has this, Nadeem.
You
Not all brothers are close.
You assume every
brothers are
family.
close.
You assume every family. You know, they are close. It's not true. Sadly, it's not true.
Let alone do business
Exactly.
for this long,
Yeah.
successfully. It's not normal.
And look, we can vouch for it 100%. Every time we come here, Nadeem and Javed, they're happy.
Yeah.
That's true, isn't it? I tell you this now. I've never ever seen Nadeem and Javed, flustered, let alone angry.
I'm trying to think.
Real talk.
No.
It doesn't matter if he's busy, quiet,
I've-
if they're pushed for time.
I-
It
I-
doesn't matter if people are taking the piss, late,
I've never come in here thinking one of them's in a bad
in
mood.
a bad mood. Never.
So you're always smiling and you're always welcoming. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
That's good.
That's big in itself.
But maybe people
Because
don't want...
because you'll find Dilly sometimes. You'll know when he's in a bad mood.
Yeah, but you put me in a bad mood. When I do business with you, sometimes you do put me in a bad mood, bro.
Sorry.
I just tell you how it is. But I know I give a bit of a hard time. But also we have our older brother Muhammad, who gives us advice and wisdom. As an older brother, we listen to him. But doing business with brothers has its challenges.
Yeah.
And I think, alhamdulillah, you guys have a beautiful blessing here.
Perfect.
When's your next visit to Pakistan?
Inshallah, second day of Eid.
Second day of Eid.
Inshallah.
Quick question. When have you and Javed both gone together?
Uh,
There was a wedding something recently.
my
Your
sister's
sister's wedding. And when was that?
2 years, 3 years ago.
Okay, before that, when did you two last go together?
Never.
That's crazy, Nizu.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because of business.
So when was it? 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah.
And then so before 2019, the last time you went was when you first came here.
Yeah.
That's mad.
And we went for only like 6 days.
Oh, short trip.
Did you lose any clients?
No.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Of course you didn't.
Of course not. They
Of course you
waited.
didn't. Brothers and sisters, I hope you all enjoyed this podcast. Subscribe to the 5 Pillars YouTube channel, and you can find us on all the major audio platforms. As we've already said, if you're ever down these neck of the woods, come check for Nadeem Barbers. What number is Disley Road?
106.
106 Disley Road. You can't miss it. It's on the corner, just down the road from the masjid. Can't miss it. After our haircuts are done, we do want to have some pan with Nadeem and Javed. Javed, how popular Pakistanis, do they eat pan much?
Yes. Yeah, especially in big cities.
We heard it was only Lodis who had it.
And our area as well in Jhelum.
Yeah.
Everyone is
They like pan, yeah?
They love pan.
Acha, theek hai. That's right then.
Have you had pan before?
I had when I was young. We normally eat like a sweet pan.
Yeah. No, we both sweet pan.
Yeah, we only have sweet pan. I've enjoyed this podcast, bro.
Yeah, I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. We had some concerns. We had some logistical concerns, didn't we? But I think it's worked out perfect.
Definitely.
I think Javed and Nadeem are naturals. Just a touch. Just a touch here. You see the view? And touch here. View is fine. Remember when I used to have one white hair?
Yeah.
That was a couple. Yeah. Close.
Have you got some interesting guests lined up for Ramadan?
Yeah, we're doing 2 days of filming, bro.
Yeah, I know this weekend.
Yeah, we've got some huge guests and huge topics coming up. I don't want to let too much away, but at the time of filming this podcast, this is Thursday, the what of March?
Today's Wednesday,
Oh, wow. Wednesday, what of March?
23rd.
23rd of March, yeah? So this weekend coming, we've got 2 full days of filming. We've got a youngster coming on, mashallah, professional boxer, 2-0, a brother from East London, Khalid Ali. Perfect, Nadeem. Lovely.
Some aftershave, mate.
Bonnie.
Yeah, just.
So that's my classic one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Bonnie.
funny.
I don't like aftershave. Bonnie.
No, it's okay, thank you.
So we've got Khalid Ali, young boxer from East London, 2-0, signed up by Frank Warren. We've got Brother Tahir Alam to talk about the Trojan horse. We've got Ustad Asim Khan to talk about masculinity, marriage, and ghira. We've got Yusuf Patel talking about sex, drugs, and drill music.
Yeah.
And many, many other guests. But a very busy period for Blood Brothers, because obviously we've got lots on after Ramadan as well.
We're approaching the ton.
We are approaching.
Before you know, we're approaching that ton, you know.
I mean, well, let's consider that. Let's assume that the podcasts that we've got scheduled this weekend happen, and they all get done, and Mohsin bangs them out in the time that they need to be done. That'll push us into 86th episode.
Oh, wow.
So we are nearing the season 2, the 100th milestone. Now I know certain podcasts out there thinking, we're not talking about 100 miles. We're banging out hundreds like for jokes. That's fine. Respect to you guys for your commitment and your consistency. But for us, there's a particular level of commitment and contribution and creative input from our team that's
Definitely.
required. The respect that we give our guests, the preparation and everything. So we can't bang episodes out that quickly. We'd love to, but we don't.
And regardless, 100 podcasts is 100 podcasts.
100%.
100 of anything is 100 of anything.
Yeah. Now what
That's
happens?
100 unique conversations with people.
Absolutely. And what happens after 100 episodes and 2 seasons, and where the future of Blood Brothers lies, that's a conversation that we may have to have closer to time. Nadeem, merbani papa. Jazakallah khair.
Javed, thank you.
As always.
Perfect as always.
These man don't mess about, bro.
Which barbers you know would be whacking out haircuts like this in the evening, shut us down, whilst also firing a podcast as well.
Nadeem, thank you for coming on
Big
to the
up.
show.
Yeah,
Javed,
thank you,
merbani
bhaiya.
papa.
Thank you.
Jazakallah khair, brothers.
Mubashir, Jazakallah khair, bro. Right, let's have some pan.
That's it, dessert now.
Ali, please. Yeah. Let's have some.
This took a drop in Hackney, innit?
Yeah, this took a drop.
It survived titanium.
This Tal or Tali or Fandan, as we depends where you are from Sylhet. Some will call it Tal or Tali, we call it Fandan. Yeah, now someone's gonna say, oh, that's not proper Sylhet. Don't care.
Calm down.
You don't know, you got some. Javesh, shall I make one for you?
Yeah, that's fine. Bhaiya.
Okay, let's make it for you.
Do you want to bring your mic to you?
That's fine, isn't it? Go ahead, it's proper close, bro. Proper close.
Mohsin, I think these mics did okay, you know. I can't see too much hair on them.
Yeah, I hope they have, man.
Nadeem, that's you?
Oh, thank you.
Are you going to make me one as well?
Yeah, of course. Make one for Javed. Obviously, you know, in our show, it's not. This is one of 3 options. The second option is Mr. Naga, the paste.
Yeah.
That's very spicy.
You know,
Yeah?
chili naga.
Yeah,
And the third one is you have to arm wrestle me or Aki. Now we don't. You need to cut hair. We can't do this.
No, that's not possible.
Yeah, that's not possible. We wouldn't do that. We wouldn't even risk it. Yeah, because Queen's Park people will not be happy with us. So you've injured Nadeem or Javed, or they've injured us, and we don't want to do that to our beloved brothers and barber. Javed, this is you. So does this take? Does it taste quarter?
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Do you want more sweet?
No, that's fine.
Okay, quickly take some of this. This is coconut. Coconut. Javed, coconut. Oh yeah. So you should me to make you one, bro.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I mean today's episode was different. We've been wanting to do this for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm actually glad we got it out of the way because we know how important your barber is to you. Let's be frank about it.
100%.
Especially in the age of metrosexual men.
Yeah.
We take care of ourselves sometimes more than women. Your barber's like you're a very important person.
Yeah.
And we're just very honoured and, mashallah, we're very actually privileged to have barbers who we can regard as brothers.
Absolutely.
As well.
Alhamdulillah.
Brothers who have been invited to our weddings, where you've invited us to your functions. You know, we're not strangers to one another. Alhamdulillah, you don't get to have that. Some barbers is just business. It's just business. And not that anyone should tolerate a bad haircut. No one should tolerate a bad haircut if you pay for your haircut. But there's been times, maybe in 16 years, maybe 2 or 3 times, maybe I've gone, oh Nadeem or Javed, you missed this. But we think nothing of it. Think about 2 or 3 times.
This is normal.
2 or 3 times out of 16 years. You know, that's a long time.
Exactly.
Brothers and sisters, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Again, please subscribe to Brothers and Sisters. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed our show. Today's very special episode with Nadeem, Javed and Barber Qayum in the background. Again, if you guys are in this part of the areas, Bedford, please come check for them. Idisley Road, Bedford. Subscribe to the 5 Pillars YouTube channel. Subscribe to the audio channels. And until next time.
Assalamu alaikum. Big up Nadeem Barbers. Big up the Qayum family.
Why are you so slow? Why was that so slow?
I don't know, because that's not what you normally do. You wrap it up usually, my brother. You want to do that again from the top?
Nah, it's going to have to get closed like that. This is one of the problems with blood brothers. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Blood Brothers Podcast, a 5 Pillars production.